The Divine Smite Sorkaden is one of the strongest builds in Baldur's Gate 3 because of the extremely high damage output thanks to guaranteed critical strikes from a number of spells and conditions and very powerful spells and auras to complement it. The build has great crowd control by casting control spells like Hold Person as a bonus action thanks to Band of the Mystic Scoundrel. The build is also incredibly strong very early on and is perfect for a Tav thanks to the high charisma and strength. To get started, choose Half-Orc Paladin at level 1. Half-Orc is by far the best race because the build is focused on guaranteeing critical hits with Smite. Half-Orcs get a passive feature called Savage Attacks, which causes your critical hits to roll one of the damage dice an additional time and add it as extra damage to the critical hit. What's crazy about this feature is that it also activates again on all other damage sources from that critical hit. That includes it being added to things like Smite and Falarlu's Shriek, which means in this scenario you'd get 3 additional dice worth of damage added, 1 for each damage source. We'll always have Smite activating on critical hits as a reaction for this bonus damage. And don't worry about overkill, if an enemy would die without the need to smite, it won't cast. Also, if you don't like how half-orcs look, you can use Disguise Self and still keep these racial bonuses. This can even make logical sense to change to Githyanki if you want to use the Silver Sword of the Astral Plane, for example, and you'll get the bonuses from being a Githyanki from the sword, and at the same time keep bonuses from being a half-orc. Half-orcs also get a passive feature called Relentless Endurance, which causes them to regain 1 hit point instead of being downed when reaching 0 hit points. This can actually be very helpful if something unexpectedly terrible happens, like falling off a glitched elevator, and instead of losing your honor run, your half-orc ends up saving your honor run. At level 1, make sure to select Oath of Vengeance as your subclass. Oath of Vengeance paladins get 3 amazing spells from their oath that are always prepared: Vow of Enmity, Misty Step, and Hold Person. All 3 of these spells are great and we'll discuss them more when they're unlocked. For your background, I prefer Soldier for proficiency in athletics and intimidation. This helps a lot if this is your Tav and your dialogue character, allowing you to intimidate your way through conversation. For your ability points, take everything out of dexterity and add them to constitution and charisma. Paladins gain health points equal to 6 plus their constitution modifier per level, so this will add up as you level. It also helps with maintaining concentration, which we'll want. Charisma is really important too for both dialogue and trader prices, but your charisma modifier also increases the number of prepared spells you can have and makes Aura of Protection much more powerful, which grants your allies a bonus to saving throws equal to your charisma modifier. At level 2, you'll unlock a fighting style. Choose Great Weapon Fighting. This allows you to re-roll when you roll a 1 or a 2 on a damage die for an attack with a 2-handed melee weapon. This is especially powerful for a paladin because unlike in 5e, added damage dice from all damage sources get re-rolled, and you can find the rest of the build guide on YouTube.